Alright, good afternoon. Here we are again with one more video installment and putting up some videos here. I believe this would be the last video installment I'm going to make of my collection, because this is the last car I had to shoot a video of. And today we're bringing you a 1985 Cadillac Eldorado Biarritz. And anyway, I had this car for a couple of years now, and it's all original, 4,000 mile car. I'm the second owner, and a really nice example of one of these. It's just not been molested or ruined. Was bought here locally near where I live here in Ohio. Believe it or not, it's an Ohio car. I don't think this car was ever out in the snow or bad weather. It doesn't have any rust underneath, none. And it still looks like a new car underneath. But I take a little walk around of it and kind of give you a kind of an overall look here. But 85 was the last year for the body-on-frame E-body GM design, which included the Toronado, the Riviera, and the Seville. And these are, of course, a front-wheel drive car. It's hard to imagine, but it's one of the very few cars that was ever body-on-frame and front-wheel drive. But sort of an end of the era, so to speak. But anyway, take a look inside here. So I get walked around to the other side. Again, pardon my video filming here, because this is a phone camera. But as you can see, we've got the nice, with the Biarritz, you got the nice pillow top seats, of course, and all in leather, a very soft, good quality leather. Sort of really the best the GM had to offer at the time. And if I'm also not mistaken, this was the most expensive car offered by General Motors at the time it was new. Hard to imagine that now. They don't seem to go for so much today, but this particular car's got the automatic day-night rear view mirror, and has the of course the factory original Symphony sound radio with the electronic climate control. Air conditioning works. The climate control works pretty good. Of course, and it's got the 6-way power seats left and right. Tilt telescopic column with cruise control. There's a good shot of the door panels. Nothing in here has been fixed up or restored in any way. It's completely original. And the headliner's in just perfect condition in here. Not really a stain or hardly anything in the carpets or anything. So whoever, the lady that had it, took really good care of it, bought it new. And unfortunately, at age 98, she had to give up driving. But they decided to, so she decided to sell her car, and I ended up buying it. These cars, really the build quality on these cars for General Motors in the 1980s isn't too bad. Better than a lot of other cars that they built at the time, but lift the hood here, and under the hood This particular one is powered with the aluminum HT 4100 fuel-injected V8 engine. And like I said, it's a 4-speed automatic overdrive transaxle. And it is front-wheel drive, of course. But had to do a little minor work to this car, as the new alternator. But before the previous owner sold it to me, they had some work done on it too. It looked like they had worked on the climate control system. They put in new air conditioning compressor, had it converted over to 134A. Blows nice and cold. Doesn't seem to give me any trouble, but it's not exactly a speed queen by any means. These are actually kind of a slow car. Even back in the 80s, it would have been kind of a slow car. The 4100 did not have a lot of power. It's only about 130 or 135 horsepower motor. And thankfully, like with this car, because it was so well taken care of, it was never abused or driven hard. This one does not have a lot of the problems that other ones had. Unfortunately, the 4100s were notorious for head gasket problems, block seepage is a general hole, and oil leaks everywhere. This one does drip occasionally a little bit of oil, but nothing bad enough to bother messing with it. Unfortunately, that was the only problem with these cars. The rest of the car was beautiful, but mechanically they were something to be desired at times. And this is probably the car that, between the 4100 engine or your other engine choice was a 350 diesel, which was just as bad, if not really worse. These cars were probably responsible for sending more buyers to Mercedes-Benz and Lincoln than probably any other car I could think of, because it was not unheard of for the diesel engines to fail. But now, pardon the lawn chairs, but that's the original trunk with liner with the original mat, and just basically almost completely near perfect unused condition. I mean, it just everything, all the labels, the jack instruction, the tire changing decals that are on here, you know, are just in perfect condition. Of course, it has still, you know, nobody's taped off or painted around anything like the part sticker. But just a nice example. It's a good car to take out on. It's got the soft close pull down motor. Still works perfectly. Show the interior from the passenger side here. But just a nice, comfortable car. Runs down the highway quite nice. Even if it is not exactly the fastest thing getting on the highway. But like I said, there's just not too many around anymore, at least in my part of the country, that are in really nice shape, although you can find these out there. There's a lot of nice examples out there that are available. And if you're looking at maybe buying one of these, or one of its sisters, the Toronado or the Eldorado, I might suggest just finding a real nice, clean, low mileage example that's not had but maybe one or two owners, and just one that's well cared for, versus trying to find one and fix it up, just because the cost involved would be far exceeding what the car would be worth restored. Even the hood just shuts nice. The original chrome is just not near perfect to perfect. And like most of these cars from the 80s, from GM, the classic fender fillers are kind of made out of a rubber. They never, they do deteriorate over time, and this car is no exception. Although the ones below the headlights don't look too bad. The ones around the corners of the bumpers, you can see that one there's pieces of it have fallen out. But those are available, and I actually have the parts those parts. I think somebody at some point in the past, I think one of the other things they fixed was the ones on the back, but I think they only fixed these and had these repainted or something, because it's just an obviously better condition, and the paint looks a little bit newer. You can tell just because it has just a little bit more shine to it than the rest of the paint around it. So I think those have been obviously been replaced at some point. But these are just a nice driving car. If you want something just nice and comfortable, this is the car for you. If you want something that's fast and loud, this is not. But anyway, thought I'd put up another video while I happened to be off work today, and I haven't had this car out very much, so I thought I'd put up another one. So there's a lot of people still at home, staying safe. Not a lot going on. It's kind of hard for me to even get my cars out to car shows and different functions, but I can at least still share them this way, and at least it's better than not doing anything at all. I get it out, drive it around, put some fresh gas in it, and enjoy them. But anyhow, with that, everyone stay safe out there. I'll be signing off, and have a good day.